it's important that we do update our technological skills. That's very important. uh, Things like mobile journalism, you know today in every district, every taluk, every village, you have mobile journalism that's being practiced. Even the best of television channels are no more using DSNGs and OB vans. Maybe they are using the current ones which they had already purchased, but today they are all replacing. Every reporter is being given a smartphone and being asked to go. And earlier, I remember, even as a television journalist, I used to go along with me. My team included cameraman, light guy, and then somebody carrying the tripod. It used to be a huge lashkar that every journalist used to carry.
Yeah.
But today, everybody is carrying just a smartphone, and he is expected to do reporting, editing, anchoring, and even streaming it live if required, and also blogging about it. So you need to have these multiple skills. You need to have multitaskers, and whether our curriculum is able to incorporate that in our entire process, that is very important. Secondly, please remember, while we do all this, we are not producing technocrats, we are producing journalists. That is something that as teachers we should always remember. The journalistic content, the journalistic ethics, the journalistic perspective has always to be there. So technology is important, but it is about journalism, it is about research. You need to produce people who can do research and not just Google search. Even in Google, they need to know where to go and how to go, not to get influenced by search engine optimization. They need to go deep, dig deep into the real sources, rather than going by the top 5 which is there because of SEO. You should know where to go. So these are the things that people should know. How to use the library. You should be very, you should insist, every media school should insist on literature, whether it is Hindi, English, Punjabi, but any journalist with a good grounding in literature can really do well. I'm a product of English literature, so I think that it has contributed reasonably to my reasonable whatever success I have had. Now, anybody should have a good habit of reading anything that comes your way. Similarly, let us give them a broader view of things. It is very important. We are a multicultural, multilinguistic, nation, multi-ethnic nation, and we should, inculcate that pluralistic, approach in them. That diversity, that media diversity, also needs to be understood. That's very important. At LPU also, I am told that you have foreign students also. So I think that cross-cultural interactions have to be there, because it broadens your view, it broadens your outlook. From a very narrow kind of perspective, it gives you a larger perspective when you interact with a person from a different culture, rather than remain confined to your own thing. So you need broader people with a broader understanding of society to be there in journalism. So that has to be weaved in. The national education policy, that way, has a very interdisciplinary approach. And we have become the first university in the country to roll out 7 NEP programs, including 5 in media studies. So there also we have insisted on on interdisciplinarity, and that is what I would suggest to all the media universities, because we are like a communication think tank for all media universities, particularly media departments. So we don't look at it as competition, rather we are a state university, so we don't have any profit motive. So we would be happy to collaborate also, and we want to extend the horizons of knowledge. So the whole idea is that that this interdisciplinarity will have to let a student of communication be given a chance to study science also in his under the choice based credit system. I'm sure you have CBCS in your university, so you can give him that exposure. Let a student of science has an exposure to cultural studies. I'm sure that it would broaden, it would make him a better scientist. So similarly, I think that is the kind of, there are so many areas, public health communication, science communication, which has immense potential, which has not been harnessed, which has not been utilized, and that is what I think that needs to be done. So I believe that these are things that one should, as a curriculum. And now the other day top army officers came to meet me, and they said that, sir, why don't you have NCC as one of the components of your CB. So we are going to offer NCC as under the CBCS, and we are going to have credits for NCC, so that social linkages, the social connect of the students has to be there. If they get socially connected, their work will be socially relevant also, their research would be socially relevant. So it's important that the social connect is also there. So we have to weave in this, whether it is NCC or the National Service Scheme or the Scouts and Guides, whatever opportunities you have, I think that let them have a social connect. During this entire pandemic, my students went out to the streets, they persuaded people to wear the mask, follow the sanitization, masking and social distancing. They persuaded students and people to go for vaccination. So that is the kind of social relevance that each and every student should have, that social connect. That also has to be weaved in, particularly in media curriculum. These are some of the thoughts that come my way. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. I think you have very rightly put it that in order to cultivate the sensitivity of the students, they need to move out into the society. Absolutely. Because more the sensitivity, there will be more truth and more kind of substance in what they write. More credibility would come. Last question. I know we are running out of time, but this would be of great concern to the student. I personally believe that any class or any academic input can give only about 40-50% of the total input which the student needs to have. What is it that the student should do outside the class on his own, in his locality, wherever he is living, in the society in general? What should he do on his own initiative to train himself, to groom himself as a brilliant journalist, or create a career, or even an entrepreneur in this area? What is it that you advise him to do on his own?
Just few tips from my own experience. In the film Dirty Picture, Vidya Balan famously says entertainment, entertainment, entertainment. I tell them that read. Read as much as possible, read as many variety as possible, read books, magazines, newspapers that come your way. Please read at least one language paper. You may be reading the Times of India, great. You may be reading the Hindustan Times. You may be reading the Tribune, great. But please also read one language paper. Read the Punjabi Tribune, read Punjab Kesari, read one more newspaper, Ajit. Whatever comes your way, you should read one, because language journalism is actually, about the ground realities. I'm sorry to say this, but English media is mainly urban centric, and they don't focus on the harsh social realities, and that is what the language media talks about. It talks about the common man's issues, in the rural areas, in the small towns and villages. That's what they talk about. Please read it. I make it a point not only to read every day. I may not get enough time, but I ensure that I read at least the Bhaskar or the Jagran, which are the famous papers here in my city. So I try to read it, in the morning. So this is a habit that you should inculcate. Second, please, I know these are COVID times, so I'm not talking about the COVID times. We will get it over sooner or later. But please meet as many people as possible. It broadens your horizon like nothing. Just listen to people. It gives you a better understanding of the world. Listen to people means it can be anybody and everybody. Even a rickshaw puller has a perspective. Just strike a conversation with him when you are traveling on the rickshaw. He will give you a totally different perspective of life, about the struggles, about the problems that they face. Otherwise, your understanding of poverty, literacy, everything would be confined to books, whereas they are all around you. Why don't you talk to them and try to understand how was COVID for you? This situation for you. Did you earn enough for your family? Where are your family members? I come across so many success stories, which I believe are the real stories, real stories, So I think that's what we should be getting used to. Third, travel as much as possible within your state, within the country, within the world. Whenever you get an opportunity, please remember, a ship is safe in the harbor, but that's not where it is meant to be. You are safe in your houses, but as a journalist, today journalism is counted among the COVID frontline warriors because they went to the cremation grounds, they went to the burial grounds, they went to hotspots, they went to the containment zones, they reported from the most toughest situations. You also will have to learn to come out of your comfort zones. Journalism is about coming out of your comfort zones. If you are happy in your air-conditioned rooms, doing desktop journalism, that's not going to take you anywhere. You really, if you think that, okay, anchors, they are so glamorous, they run the shows. For that 1 hour show, they do 8 hours of research before getting into the, room. Please try to understand. It's not easy. It's a lot of research before any television journalist comes into the, to anchor a program. They have to do a lot of reading. They have to do a lot of research. Only then they come. When they question and counter question, they are prepared for it. You should also be prepared for it. You cannot ask anything and everything that comes to your mind unless you are ready. Everybody, a political spokesperson, can come up with any point. Do you have the point to counter him? Okay, great. So, what did you do 10 years back? What was your statement? Let me play your statement 10 years back. But you would know about it only if you have read what had happened 10 years back. Otherwise, he can make a fool of you. So, please remember that you have to go deep. Don't go by the superficial kind of thing. Go deep into the things. That's very important. And again, as I said, that as a journalist, practice. Riyaz, abhyas. This is very important. Please. We all suffer from, being Indians, we all suffer from what is called MTI. Mother tongue influence, Madra Bhasha Prabhav in our language. It's but natural. If you are from Punjab, then your accent will have a Punjabi tone. If you are from Bihar, it will have a different tone. If you are from South, you will have a different tone. But if you practice it, you can overcome it. You can overcome it, because in media, if you want to be on the television channel, as the face of the television channel, you cannot afford to have an accent. They will not take you if you are having an accent. That's very clear. So you need to have your diction, your pronunciation, everything has to be good. So don't use Twitter language. You should use proper language, whatever language you are in. So these are things that you should focus on. It's not easy, it's not easy. Nothing comes for free, there are no free lunches. You really need to understand this. You really need to put in the best, because please remember, lakhs of students are being churned out of media schools from across the country. What is it that will make them select you and not somebody from an exclusive media institution, or somebody from an institution connected to a television house or a print media house? Why you? It's not the brand that you have. It is the content that you have. That will make you distinctly different. People will go for content, and please be ready for that. Have your own, start blogging, do your YouTube channels. That's your profile. Don't say that my dad is general manager of this company. That's not your profile, that's your dad's profile. Your profile is how many blogs you have written, how many YouTube videos you have created, how many articles you have contributed. That's your profile. Your general manager is your dad's profile, right? So, or your mom's profile, whatever. Thank you.